Hi, I'm Elizabeth and this is Table for 11. Today is going to be a pantry tour of our regular upstairs day-to-day pantry. There's other videos that we have posted here with our deep pantry downstairs as well as our deep freezers that are out in the garage. Today will just be the regular pantry that's off the kitchen as well as the kitchen refrigerator. And we have, sorry about that. We'll start at the top. This is where I keep bulky items. We have cinnamon. This is a big container of cinnamon. I buy it 5 pounds at a time. We go through a lot of cinnamon. This will last us about a year. Some sparkling sugar, cereal. This is honey. This is a local honey, and this is actually sunflower honey. It looks like butter. It has like a buttery kind of look to it. We spread it on toast, and this has mostly crystallized. This is from the spring, so it should be liquid, but it's not because it's crystallized. This and the 2 bags behind it are quinoa. This is a red quinoa from Canada. We have some white quinoa in a 5-gallon bucket. Back there is a big Costco bag of pancake and waffle mix. And then we have oats. There's regular oats back there like I would use in cookies. These are sprouted oats that we would use like for an uncooked overnight oats. And then steel cut oats that we use for like crock pot oats. These are slivered almonds and walnuts. This is the baking shelf. And the baking shelf, let's see, we have baking powder, olive oil, vanilla extract. This is baking soda. I buy the aluminum-free baking soda for use when we're cooking, and then we have some regular baking soda for cleaning and school projects and all sorts of things. What else is back there? We have more baking powder. This is baking powder. This is the most common brand in Canada. We're a U.S. military family up here in Canada, and we've been living in Manitoba for several years, and this is what I've always gotten up here. A lot of our other products in here are actually from the United States. We do a lot of shopping for food in the U.S. because food prices in Western Canada are significantly higher than they are in the U.S. and we have a base with a military commissary that's within driving distance. Back there's meringue powder. We use that for royal icing. This is sugar. We also have a 5-gallon bucket of sugar, but this is what is kept in the pantry. I keep the flour, I keep in bags. I don't think I have a bag of flour in here right now. Brown sugar, there's more brown sugar back there. There's powdered sugar way back there. Coconut oil and cocoa. There's almond flour and almond filling. Those are for some Christmas cookies. We'll go down to the next shelf. Everything back here, this is a Canadian product. You can tell because it has the French and mousse mix, and there's pudding, pistachio pudding is a favorite of mine, so I have a bunch of that. See, this right here, these are cream of tartar. I bought, I think a 1 or 2 pound container, so we have plenty of that. We use these particularly in snickerdoodle cookies. But there's some other recipes that call for it. And here's something, a lot of people ask me if I buy big bulk containers for everything, and I actually don't. Some things like bay leaves, sesame seeds, parsley, basil, and oregano. And then there's some pepper, chopped onion, and garlic in Costco containers. Those I buy in big containers because we'll use them up. My rule of thumb is that if we can't use it up in about a year, if it's a ground spice, then the container's too big. If it's something, so like here's whole nutmegs, something like this will last a few years because it's not already ground. Things that I use very little of, like ground thyme, I buy in tiny little containers, so it's always fresh. Here's a Canadian one, actually. This is what a lot of spices look like in Canada, at least at the store where we shop. We've got some gray salt, gelatin bouillon, apple cider vinegar. This is our regular kind of day-to-day salt. I had one of these bags, but normally I buy this. You'll see in the deep pantry tour, I normally buy this in 10-pound buckets. This is vanilla paste. It has, you can kind of see, it has the little vanilla bean flecks. Vanilla beans have gotten very expensive, and this is still a big splurge, but it's a lot less expensive than buying actual vanilla beans, and this stays shelf stable for several years. We have more spices, some chicken stock. I think there's tea in here, almond extract, white pepper, and some food coloring back there. And I think that's about it for that shelf. So the next shelf is a lot of kid stuff. This is about waist level on me. We have like dried cherries and nuts that they can snack on, peanut butter, canned, super healthy, Chef Boyardee canned stuff, some canned chicken that they can make sandwiches out of or just put on a salad. And let's see, this is like a powdered macaroni and cheese sauce that could go on pasta. There's some microwave stuff. That was from the last time we were traveling. We do travel back to the US for medical care sometimes, so we still have to travel occasionally. And down here, we have a few box mixes. I think there's like a box of Hamburger Helper and like a box of taco mix, and then this is the good macaroni and cheese. We have a big case of regular macaroni and cheese downstairs. These are things that we can use if we really have to. They tend, except for the macaroni and cheese, they tend to expire before we use them, so I gotta get better about using those up. This is rice. We buy rice basmati, US basmati rice in 25-pound bags. So some of it is stored in mason jars in the basement pantry, and this is just our big container for up here. We also have popcorn. We have a few more of these downstairs. Popcorn in an air popper is a super economical snack for a lot of people. With 9 kids, they can go through several bowls of popcorn at a sitting, and with it being air popped, that's a healthy snack. This is some cornmeal that I just repackaged into that, cold brew coffee bags, flour tortillas. I buy these online because I can't find this particular type here in Canada, and that's the one I like. We've got coconut flakes from a bulk bag, barbecue sauce, teething biscuits, evaporated milk, all sorts of random things back there. Down here, so this is one of our big pretzel containers, some oil and Crisco. We also have juice. This is the way grape juice comes in Canada. It comes in these 1 liter or 1.3 liter containers. We don't normally buy juice. This is a special treat to have with Christmas Eve dinner. I normally try to get the like the sparkling grape juice or the sparkling apple cider for the kids to have, to have something fun, as well as for myself because I don't really drink very much. And when we open a bottle of wine, we seldom finish it, so I don't like to do that. But this had to be a substitute. I couldn't find the sparkling ones this year. And then we have, this is a big box of green tea, apple cinnamon tea. There's all kinds of tea back here. This is a case of meal replacement shakes, like protein shakes, and those will get used up, like to grab and go. There's a gallon of vinegar back there and a whole bunch of different types of tea. This is our potato bucket. I don't even know if I can pull this out. These potatoes, I think, are all from Canada, but they do sell potatoes by the pound in Canada. This is 10 pounds, like this is one meal worth of mashed potatoes. And then we have some baking potatoes. These are from the United States, I believe. I don't remember now. I think I got those in the US. And then we have red potatoes. There's two bags of red potatoes. So we have, those are 4.5 kilograms. So that, yeah, that's a 10-pound bag of red potatoes. These will get diced with the skin on and roasted with olive oil. And then the baked potatoes and gold potatoes, we eat a fair amount of potatoes. The kids prefer that to rice as a side dish. So we have here 10, 20, 30, 40, 45. We have about 50 pounds of potatoes in here, and this will last us, 50 pounds will last us maybe 3 or 4 weeks. So we are going to go, got my light on and everything. I was just doing a bread video. So this is our inside refrigerator. Again, it's a mix of US and Canadian products. We have cheese way up here. There's cheese and grapefruit cups. This is the leftover meatloaf. If you watch the meatloaf video, we ate exactly half of that meatloaf. There's eggs. We have another, I think, 6 dozen eggs out in the outside refrigerator. This is carrots. Yesterday I cut up 5 pounds of carrots, and they ate about half of them. This is some alcoholic pink lemonade for me. I think they've expired though, now that I think about it. We got these over the summer, and I'm only halfway through the 6 of them. Yogurt, this is Canadian yogurt, and my fridge is beeping at me. Garlic and applesauce back there. This is some leftover turkey. We got a good deal on turkeys a few weeks ago, so we actually didn't have enough freezer space, so in the past week and a half we've eaten 3 turkeys and made sandwiches out of them. That's what we're having tonight. This is milk, macadamia nut milk. Our youngest child has Down syndrome, and she does not tolerate milk, so she drinks macadamia nut milk instead. That's my instant yeast back there. We have some Chick-fil-A sauce there. That's homemade beef broth from some bones there's 3 quarts of it, from some bones that were from our side of beef. This is a rack of lamb that's being saved as a treat for, I'll make like appetizers with a mint, like a mint relish or mint sauce. I'm not sure how I'll do it yet. And that'll be like a Christmas or Christmas Eve treat. This cheese is from the United States. And this is how cheese looks in the US and Canada. It's big, flat packages, which I don't really care for. But I get this Tillamook in the US, and this is a good cheese, and it's wrapped well, so it lasts for months. In here, we can't give this up. It's not in good shape. This is a pumpkin that we grew in our garden. It is a pie pumpkin, but this isn't mold. These are just like dots from the garden. We just can't give it up. There's a guava in here, a block of cheese. We do have a grocery pickup coming up in a few days, so this does look kind of grapes of wrath right now. pomegranate, and some different kinds of apples. And I think this is another 5 pounds of carrots, but it's partly used. And then limes. I found limes for 50 cents, marked to 50 cents a bag, and they must have over-ordered them or something. So I bought a couple of bags. And then on the doors, butter, sour cream, cream cheese, some leftover diced onions from that meatloaf, Alfredo sauce that the kids like. We have lemon juice, ranch dressing, soy sauce, barbecue sauce, different kinds of jam, and hot sauce, Worcestershire mustard, more jam, ketchup, Parmesan. Then we have freezer. This freezer is packed full. I'm not going to go through everything. It's a whole lot of frozen fruit. There's like leftover corn from the garden, cranberries, and then I keep in here, like this is the end of a celery stalk and some onion scraps. These will be used to make stock. There's a big bag of almonds and some dehydrated ground stuff from the garden there. And then just big, like these are Canadian Costco fruit bags. There's mango and cherries and blueberries and all sorts of things. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed our tour.